You join me over a month since my previous upload. What have I been doing? My weekly mileage has dropped off a cliff. So have I swapped volume for intensity? Are we going for a speedy spring and summer? No summer of speed for me. Instead, I'll be doing a summer of S&C, strength and conditioning. The events of Manchester Marathon and the struggles I had acted as a real wake-up call for me. And I don't want to get preachy about S&C, as I know runners find it very boring. They don't want to hear about it. But for me, personally, as a heavier runner, certainly heavier 3 years ago when I started, I think S&C is going to play a huge part in my running future. I can ignore it and suffer because of it, or embrace it and hopefully be running for a long time to come. So for me to do 100 milers and in a respectable time, I want to go for that sub 24. I want to do a Rachel and Rory. Congratulations both. I want that in my future. I also want to knock on the door of the sub 3 marathon. And I think for me, for that to be realistic and for it to be enjoyable, S&C is the way. Since I last saw you, I've been to the gym 3 times a week, doing daily stretches as well, and the primary focus on my hamstrings, which we think I've suffered with proximal hamstring tendinopathy for months and months and months. I think I first suffered or complained about it in August on the 100k, which probably didn't help matters. And then we had the 10k training block, the sub 20, and then a rather ambitious marathon goal, which stacked on top of each other probably didn't help matters. And while I did listen to my body to an extent, take the occasional rest day, there was a 5-day rest as well in there. The thing with this injury is that you can't just rest to heal it fully. You need to be actively strengthening, stretching this particular muscle. So it's brutal because you could rest for a month, 2 months, come back and just feel it again. So S&C, it is the way. I should say that my wife Jazz has been making S&C a priority for a long while now so that she can run further and faster. So I've had my wife next to me doing all the right things while I've just kind of been ignoring things and just kind of doing a little bit of rest in the vague hope that it'll get better as I push that mileage up. So Jazz has been right there and I've been a bit of an idiot. But again, I'm listening, I'm following her lead now, and we are pushing those silly exercises and getting better. When it comes to my running then, there's good news and there's bad news. The bad news is that I won't be doing any heroic PB attempts, so no real speed and no ultra effort. I won't be heading up there to the Malverns, no Malvern Midsummer Marathon for me this year at least, so it's gonna get a lot less exciting for me. The good news is that I am running again, obviously, and further than I was before, upping the mileage each week sensibly and starting to introduce a little bit of speed work and then monitoring the recovery, and things are going good. Obviously it's not exactly where I was hoping to be, but I can't take it for granted. I'm running, others are in worse states after Manchester and London, so hey, we'll take what we can get. And for the past 4 weeks I've been keeping it very local, so some slow flat loops that are easy to escape if I feel any pain. So kept it very sensible. I'm doing long runs, but we are very much on a boring grassy loop. Not the greatest backdrop for an entertaining YouTube video, but this is how it is. My next scheduled race is the Worcester Pitchcroft 10K. If you've done the park run, it is essentially that twice, but in the opposite direction. So it's incredibly fast, flat, not the most scenic, but if you're going there, you're going for a PB. Only I won't be. My current PB is 42:32. So there's no way. My course PB there is 43:57, so a little more reasonable. But I will not be doing any specific speed training. For the next 4 weeks, I'm just rehabbing and then aiming on the day to be, fighting fit to go out comfortably hard, pick up if possible, and finish without pain, without aching, and in the days to follow without any pain. So my priorities have changed. Obviously, I'm still hungry for it, but I'm also a bit more realistic. After that 10K, I'll have 12 weeks until Chicago Marathon. So I'll have to do a block. I'm not entirely sure what it looks like, but I'll have a think and then I'll make a video. But yeah, Chicago, my first major, coming up soon. Sorry for not uploading sooner. I had grand plans, a 50-miler I was eyeing up, the Malvern Midsummer Marathon, the canal route. Just all those plans have just had to go on hold. I've had to take a step back, let my body catch up and strengthen. Finally doing the sensible thing. I've been rushing, chasing after milestones, not pausing to celebrate, just eyeing up the next one, chasing after more experienced runners, being inspired by YouTubers with so much more experience. I'm 33, I've been running for 3 years. I don't have a cross-country background, I don't have, 7 years ago I was closing in on 20 stone. So my body's gone through so many changes, and to force more progress, it's obvious, but I'm kind of realizing now, just take it easy, be kind to yourself, and let the progress come a bit more naturally. This hasn't been the most exciting video, has it? There have been like 3 key drop-off points. First, I spoke about S&C. Oh dear, close the video. And then I was talking about a boring loop around this field. That's no good. And then I said about no ultra plans, no speedy stuff. So if you're still here, you're either my mum or quite devoted, so thank you. We will be swapping the fields, this metaphor for my training over the past month. We will be swapping them out for some of the regular routes and ultimately the streets of Chicago. And I am so determined not to be limping across that finish line. Get better, finish strong. That is me done with the field for today. I think I got 14 kilometer loops in. Exciting stuff. If you've been up to any actually exciting running stuff, let me know in the comments. What have you been up to? Let me live through you. I will upload again very soon, a lot sooner this time. But until then, happy running and bye-bye.